Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. It is 6 in the morning here in California, so it's a little early. Um, I think the word trust and trustworthy and trustworthiness have been talked about now for 15 plus years when it comes to AI. This isn't a new idea that we need to think about how we can have trustworthy AI or what that would mean. The proposal that I would like to put on the table is that we need to think about trustworthiness by going back to the original ways it was conceived of in the middle part of the 20th century by sociologists, people working in organizational behavior, social psychologists, which is conceptualizing trust and trustworthiness as a willingness on justified grounds to make oneself vulnerable. That is, to open oneself up to the potential for harm because you have the right justified expectations about how the trustee, the agent in whom you are entrusting something, will behave. Now, and a sort of reciprocal obligation that the trustee has an obligation to you as well as the trustor. And if we think about it this way, it reconceptualizes trustworthiness as not merely a set of features to be implemented in all cases. It is no longer a set of surface observable features, but is rather something that we need to think about in terms of inferring the shared values, inferring the dispositions of the agent, in this case, the AI, the trustee, to act on my behalf. And the reason I think that this reconceptualization is really important in these debates is that it opens the door to saying, for example, is there a tension between a trustworthy system that protects privacy and fairness, as Burkhardt was suggesting? And the answer is, it seems to me quite easily, well, yes, sometimes, but other times it won't be. Sometimes there will be a tension between privacy and explainability. And sometimes there won't be. Sometimes we will care about something like, privacy when it comes to trustworthiness. Other times we actually won't care very much about it. And so I think what we need to do is we need to open the aperture to really think about this not as an AI system, as this discrete artifact that we can look at and analyze, even in a sandbox, as many of the policy efforts are trying to advocate for. But rather, we have to take this somewhat broader socio-technical view of AI systems as they are deployed for real problems in the real world. This is more complicated. It requires that people outside of AI companies, or sorry, people inside AI companies actually have a set of skills that many of them may not yet have. But nonetheless, I think it's the only path forward if we actually want to make sure that these systems are trustworthy, where that is going to take different forms and require different features depending on the particular use, the particular context, and the particular individuals. So I'll start there. I'm looking forward to hear what the other panelists have to say.